Hey everyone, welcome to the 2020 Memorial Service. My name is Tara Tuttle. I am the administrator of Suncrest Hospice. On behalf of the entire team, we'd like to thank you for coming today. We are doing this virtually in 2020 due to unfortunate events that have occurred, the global pandemic, and we wanted to be able to still bring a form of our memorial to each and every one of you. We continue to follow our mission statement, and we will provide the best quality of care to each and every person that we are able to touch on a daily basis. We remain committed to honoring your loved ones through this virtual memorial service.
I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end.
He noted at first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years.
For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and only those who love them know what that little line is worth.
For it matters not what we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash.
So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left. That can still be rearranged.
If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel.
To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before.
If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while.
So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you live your dash?
Welcome to the first ever Suncrest virtual memorial service. My name is Ann Nisley, Clinical Vice President with Suncrest Hospice. This event is for you and for us together to remember your loved one. The butterfly release is a symbolic ritual celebrating transitions. Part of the grieving process is accepting what has happened in one's life. So when they see the butterfly go off into the sky, it's a new beginning. It's a new transition for them to start over. We have a very special treat for you. As you watch the butterflies being released, our very own Brian Bach will be singing When I Get Where I'm Going by Dolly Parton and Brad Paisley. Please enjoy.
When I get where I'm going, on the far side of the sky, the first thing that I'm gonna do is spread my wings and fly. I'm gonna land beside a lion and run my fingers through his mane. Or I might find out what it's like to ride a drop of rain. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, there'll be only happy tears. I will shed the sins and struggles I have carried all these years, and I'll leave my heart wide open. I will love and have no fear. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, don't cry for me down here. I'm gonna walk with my granddaddy, and he'll match me step for step. And I'll tell him how I missed him every minute since he left. And then I'll hug his neck, yeah, when I get where I'm going, there'll be only happy tears. sins and struggles I have carried all these years, and I'll leave my heart wide open. I will love and have no fear. Yeah, when I get where I'm going, don't cry for me down here. So much pain and so much darkness in this world we stumble through. All these questions I can't answer, so much work to do. But when I get where I'm going, and I see my Maker's face, I'll stand forever in the light of His amazing grace. Yeah, when I get where I'm going,
when I get where
there'll be only happy tears. I will love and have no fear.
when I get
Where I'm
In these final moments that we have together, I'd like to invite you to think about a person in your life, either currently or long ago, that has greatly influenced you in a positive way. So much so that it's helped shape who you are, even to this day. Do you see them in your mind's eye? Perhaps a relative, a teacher, a coach? If we were sitting over a cup of coffee right now, I'm certain we could share many stories of the person, or more likely the people in our lives, who have went above and beyond to show us how they've cared. The opening statement of the mission of Suncrest Home Health and Hospice is to provide the highest quality of care to our patients, their families, and our referring sources. Every day we here at Suncrest realize our patients are coming to the end of their journey. And it is our desire to become that person in the life of our patients who communicates through our words and our actions, we care. One of the special ways we demonstrate this is simply called Days of Caring. Every now and then, one of our nurses, or a social worker, or a CNA will learn of a final wish voiced by one of our patients. And over the course of this past year, our team has been able to, along with the help of caring and generous people in our community, fill some amazing requests. Like the time we were able to travel to Knoxville, Iowa, and assist one of our patients to visit the National Sprint Car Museum. She even got to sit in a real sprint car. We also learned that one of our patients was a huge Iowa State Cyclone fan. So a few of our team arranged for her to visit Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa, and meet the men's head basketball coach. She even received a basketball signed by all the players. Another patient was a Vietnam vet helicopter pilot. We were able to have a helicopter pick him up in the church parking lot across the street from his home, an assisted living in Ames, fly him to the Boone Armory, and meet with fellow servicemen and women, including a few Vietnam vets. They knew he was coming, so they baked him a cake. As you can see, many, many other incredible moments were shared between our clinicians and patients. For those that had the privilege of participating, I know they will treasure those memories for the rest of their lives. We realize the Days of Caring, as great and joy-filled that they were for everyone involved, were a fleeting moment. The anticipated day arrived and was celebrated, and then it was over and now fondly remembered. For those watching, we take this time to recognize that you have experienced and suffered loss. Author and Rabbi Earl A. Groman made this statement: "Grief is not a disorder, a disease, or a sign of weakness. It is an emotional, physical, and spiritual necessity, the price you pay for love. The only cure for grief is to grieve." End quote. Grief is truly the barometer of how immensely powerful love is. Think of it this way: where there is no love, there is no loss. However, the more deeply you and I hurt from our sense of loss, the stronger we realize our love has been. And it's at times such as these that we get a glimpse, an echo, if you will, of how deep and rich and powerful God's love is for us. The bonds of compassion that we get to experience here on earth in our human relationships are a reflection of the love and the care that God has revealed to us. And now, in the midst of our grief, once again we search for someone who will come alongside of us and communicate words and feelings of, "I care." We find great comfort in the Scriptures with these words found in 1 Peter 5:7. "Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you." Take a moment and reflect on the many ways God has demonstrated His care for you during this time of mourning. I have found in times of personal loss, His care most often appears through the tender and loving hands of others, close family members and friends, my faith community, and my coworkers. Or maybe you've experienced an indescribable peace that has filled your soul, knowing that a day is coming when you will be reunited with your loved ones someday. There is a familiar phrase: "They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Our message for our patients that we have loved and lost is the same message we want you to hear and feel in our virtual annual memorial. And that message is this: thank you. Thank you for allowing us to care for you and your loved one. Although very unique circumstances prevents us from physically being together, we feel your presence. We know you're with us as we continue to be with you.